First time home buyer down payment assistance. Man, that usually gets our ears up. Hey, because the first time home buyer seems to be left out so many ways. Prices have gone up, interest rates have gone up. But I got a call today from a Bank of America loan officer. I'm a real estate agent. I've got a team of agents, and we all often partner with lenders so that we can help you get the right loan. And if you know me, then you might know that my opinion of the big banks is not very high. Bunch of crooks is what I typically say. And even Wells Fargo is getting out of the mortgage business, was the news last week. But Bank of America is headquartered here. And you say, well, what's the solution to the big banks? Well, I like, local North Carolina banks, credit unions, cool. But when I get a personal call from a loan officer saying, hey, we have a $10,000 free money grant program for the first-time home buyer, I say, well, tell me more. I'm going to give you Sean's number from Bank of America, who is a loan, he's just a little guy like me. He's a loan officer, but he's hustling, and which tells me that he would probably work pretty hard to earn your business as we do. And I want you to make sure you have a good buyer agent. Our team would love to help you. So let me give you the skinny on this program. It's called, grab a pen, by the way, it's called the Community Affordable Loan Solution. In essence, it's $10,000 free money. You don't have to pay it back. Some grant programs you do have to pay back, but it's $10,000 basically on that down payment. And there are several qualifying things that really almost disturbed me. For instance, they got a really high debt to income ratio. How much, of your debt to how much is your income, and where does housing fit in that? So it'll be interesting to see how much house that Sean tells you that you can qualify for. So be prepared to give him your social, to let him run your credit, to just see what you got, because you can't have late payments. Somebody loaning you money doesn't want to see that you've been late on your payments. However, the second thing that could be disturbing, to me anyway, in terms of caution, you got to understand, I'm an old guy. I operate like a dad or a grandfather that's helping his kid or grandkid. That's kind of my aspect, the way I think, the lens through which I look, because I don't want you to fail. I want you to make it. I don't want you to get a house and then lose it. So debt to income ratio, be careful of that. But they're saying that there's no minimum credit score. Wow. Well, a little caution on my part, because if your credit score is down, why? Working to get your credit score up is something that we all should do, right? So, the first time I hit 800, I was like, it feels pretty good. Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is that's a little bit of a caution for me. But they do make you go through a home buyer education class. You can do it online. That I like, to understand what it is to be a home owner, not just a home buyer, but a home owner. How can I be successful in building wealth by, building on my investment? And having a fixed interest rate is a nice way to do it. You say, I know the rates are way up. Well, they're not way up relative to where I've seen in my lifetime. I know they're higher than they were, and they might be drifting down a little bit. But there are several things about this program. Again, it's called the Community Affordable Loan Solution. Bank of America, like that Truist program I told you about last week, where they have certain cities and areas where you can, if you're buying a house there, they have a $7,500 grant program. You can call me and ask me for that guy's number. I'm going to give you this guy's number from Bank of America. It's $10,000 that you don't have to pay back. That's pretty strong, because the big banks have been required by the government to give back to communities. And this has been really designated for certain communities that, as a real estate agent, certain demographics that we don't talk about because of fair housing laws. Anybody that can afford a house can buy anywhere. That's our take on it. But the bank says, well, there are certain people that are proportionately unable to obtain a loan, and we want to make sure that this could get into their hands. But guess what? Anybody can get this loan that it's not based on skin color. So here it is. No down payment. Beautiful. No closing costs. How do they do that? Now, that doesn't mean you don't have to bring money to the table. When you take that home buyer education class, you'll learn that, you've got to pay taxes, real estate taxes every year. Typically they escrow it every month. Let's just say, you got $100, for instance, that you're making on your payment that they save up in their account, that when the taxes are due in the fall, that the bank will pay them for you because they've been taking a little bit of money each month and escrowing it, setting it aside in an account so that you don't have to come up with, say, $1,000. That's one thing. The same with homeowners insurance. But when you close on your loan, you're probably going to have a year's worth of homeowners insurance that you're paying, and taxes and interim interest. So when you call me and I connect you to one of my team as your buyer agent, then they'll help you understand those items and help you find the house. But let's get the Bank of America guy to tell you how much house you can afford. Now, here's one thing I was very encouraged by, that you don't have to be really low income to qualify for this. If you make under $137,550 in the household, so husband and wife combined, if you're making $137,550 combined household, then that's the qualification. If you're single and you make that $137,550 and you're not married, then that's another way to look at it. So no mortgage insurance. Now, see, that is huge. That's where the bank makes you pay money every month or a big upfront fee. So to protect them from you defaulting, it's insurance against the mortgage, not just insurance on the house. So the fact that the bank is saying no mortgage insurance, hey, that warms my heart. Thank you, Bank of America. I take back everything I said and most everything I thought about you. No mortgage insurance, no down payment, no closing costs. Now, you have to be a first-time home buyer, meaning that you have to have not owned a home in the last 3 years. That's pretty easy for many. In other words, if you owned a house and you lost it in 2008, come on back. Or even, over 3 years. So within 3 years, if you haven't owned a home. And this is not for South Carolina counties. We have 2 counties that York and Lancaster, South Carolina, that bump up to the Charlotte metro. But all Charlotte, Mecklenburg, and the surrounding North Carolina counties, if you live there and if you're buying in those counties, so that's Cabarrus, Gaston, Iredell, Lincoln, Rowan, and even Union County, if you make under $137,550 household income, so that is pretty sweet. And they're waiving closing costs. You do have to bring some out-of-pocket money. So the loan officer will help you through all that, tell you what your payment should be, and tell us how much you qualify for. So when you call this guy, I'm getting ready to give you his number, or as we say in the South, I'm fixing to give you his number. And then you call him and say, hey, run my credit, Bank of America, what will you loan me on this $10,000 community affordable loan solution? How much house can I afford? What will my payment be? How much do I need to bring to closing? And then you're going to call me. My number's on the screen. You hit subscribe, like, and share. Find me. But let me give you Sean from Bank of America's phone number. Now, he knows this program. Other people can probably do it, but he called me because he's hustling. So that lets me know he'll probably hustle to get the deal, because he doesn't get paid till you close on it. So again, he's motivated to help you. Real estate agents the same way. We're motivated to help you get the house, get it closed, because we don't get paid until then. And we're paid, by the way, from the builder and or the seller when we're helping you buy a home, not coming out of your pocket, our fee, and he's compensated within the deal from the bank. So you're not paying him directly for his services, but he's motivated. His name's Sean. And when you call me, if you lose this number, just call me and say, hey, give me that guy's name from Bank of America on the $10,000 free grant money program. All right, here's his number, 727-513-3309. Sean from Bank of America. I'll give it to you again, 727-513-3309. My number's on the screen. It's 704-345-3400. Hopefully you like my vibe and you subscribe. That's how you join the tribe. Hit it and let's help you. And I'll see you in the next video.